Hey, I'm with Jeff Gavlinski and Audrey, the organizers of the MountainConnect conference here in Keystone. This conference is dedicated to broadband and rural broadband, whether it's fiber, wireless, or whatever. They've done a fine job building this conference the last 3 years. And Jeff, tell me a little bit about the conference, what you're going to do next year, what you've done this year, so forth. And Audrey, you fill in with color, okay?
So
she's got the color anyway.
I know. So this year our conference theme is hybrid infrastructure supporting smart communities, and the point behind that is I wanted communities to think about to get away from prioritizing becoming gig communities or fiber to the home project community. Rather, I think it's more important for them to focus long-term strategically on hybrid infrastructure. So we're not at a place where we can put fiber today everywhere. So along the way, we need to be thinking about other technologies delivering broadband, which would include fixed wireless over LTE, satellite for where it's still providing services. We also need to think about our mobile infrastructure. So in making sure that we get the right kind of capacity, sustainable capacity to our locations. With the oncoming advent of 5G, it's going to be very important, especially to get infrastructure to our towers. So that's, in a nutshell, I think, what the theme is driving this year in terms of education. And then, you know, we've added a few different new topics to the conference this year, one of them being smart and precision farming. So we mustn't forget our agricultural communities. And you know, overall, I think next year our attendance is kind of steady this year, but I think next year we're building some good partnerships to build it more regionally, so more of an inter-Rocky Mountain event. So.
Well, obviously, with the terrain you have here in Colorado, broadband is very difficult to get to. You know, residents up on top of on the sides of the mountains and so forth. So you got some interesting challenges that a lot of states don't have.
Well, but I believe every community, every state has those unique challenges that are important to them that they must overcome. That's what I see as part of our conference, that we offer so many ideas and valid speakers, such as the FCC, our state agencies of Colorado, various other speakers that help us enlighten us on how can we move to the future? How do we fix our community in a way that we see as appropriate? So how do we look to the future, and how do we deliver services that maybe when some of us aren't going to be here anymore, that it will be the next generation looking, so that we have a base of infrastructure. But we've been pleased with the various quality of speakers that have agreed, such as Microsoft and Google, to name a couple, and our state agencies and the FCC that are interested in what we are doing. Maybe those steps are clumsy at times, and sometimes they are executed very well. But this gives us some tools that we can move forward as a community, region, as a state, and Intermountain State, because we have Utah here and Wyoming looking at what we're doing and how they can improve.
So this Colorado conference is no longer just Colorado.
No.
You've expanded out and invited other states. That's awesome.
Well, look at the 4 sides of the state that have neighbors in New Mexico, in Wyoming, in Utah.
Broadband doesn't stop at state borders, does it?
It doesn't stop at county lines.
Yeah.
We've said that before also. So it's figuring out what works for a larger area, and what is that area that is a natural affinity area.
And sharing best practices.
Right.
That's what this is
practices
about, right?
I just stepped out of the Steamboat Springs talking about what they've learned and how they did some things well, how they're challenged, what they would do differently, but yet they keep moving forward. They said, and I agree, make a plan. You don't have to have every last I dotted, but make a good plan and keep moving forward. If you're going to have the perfect plan, you may not get to execution. And execution is where we'll get services that support our businesses, our schools, our healthcare, all of us that are wanting, whether it's cellular, whether it's at home, at work.
You want broadband everywhere.
Voice, video, and data. We know that.
And adequate broadband everywhere.
So away we go to the future.
I agree. So, real quick, Jeff, I played golf yesterday in a golf outing that you hosted. Tell me what that was about, and I know it was for a scholarship. So tell me a little bit about that and the honoree that.
So we developed a pretty good partnership with Silicon Flatirons, which is at CU Boulder, and over the last couple of years, I've had an opportunity to get to know Dale Hatfield, and Dale Hatfield has a scholars program named after him there at Silicon Flatirons, and I think we should try anyways through this conference to give back to the industry. And so after getting to know Dale, I thought, I couldn't think of a better way to give back to the industry than to support his scholars program. So this year we're going to help them send one law student to work at the FCC. So pretty proud of that.
That's great.
And hope to do even more next year.
And we had a good time doing it too.
Yes, we did. That was a lot of fun. There was a lot of cheating going on, but it was a lot of fun.
Well, this is a wonderful venue here in Keystone, the Keystone Resort. Just out here, the terrain and it's just nature's beauty at its best. God's gift to the world. So, I thank you two for putting this conference together. This is my third year, and I keep coming back every year just because of you two.
Well,
So,
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Always enjoy your support, and
Yes.
most grateful for it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you to
All right.
Vichels and your work, Rick. But it takes that. It takes vendors and providers and school districts and colleges, all of us trying to sort this out, communities.
That's exactly
So,
right.
because we're fortunate to have a few of the smaller communities in Colorado who reached out and said, we're really trying to work in our very small community. Can we be a part of this? And we welcome them.
Just like it was said once, it takes a community to raise a child. It also takes a community to build broadband.
That's right. That's
Very,
right.
very well said.
That's right. So, thank